Be good, don't sleep, I'll carry you to take a shower. I opened my eyes suddenly and saw Fu Lingzhou's strong jawline. The pain of being stabbed in the previous life and the dizziness of losing too much blood have disappeared. I looked at the calendar on the bedside table and suddenly found that I was reborn. Reborn before Fu Lingzhou used my social account to post that I was the one who was raped. At this time, Fu Lingzhou held me carefully, as if I was a treasure in the world. I know that his long-lost caring and long-lost requests for love today are just to relax my vigilance. 5 minutes later, he will push me into hell with his own hands. At that time, he will take advantage of me taking a shower and use the social account on my mobile phone to post a message, MS. Zhao Linlin is not the victim of the Cherry Park assault case. I am the one. I am sorry that the innocent girl Zhao Linlin has been suspected and even exposed these days. In order to protect me, MS. Zhao Linlin has never denied that she is a victim. I have selfishly hidden behind her these days and dare not show up. I am sorry, that is, from the moment this message was sent, my life would completely turn to tragedy. When Fu Lingzhou was about to put me in the bathtub and leave, I hooked his neck and looked straight into his eyes. Fu Lingzhou, do you really love me? If I don't love you, how could I marry you? Fu Lingzhou rubbed my hair, his pupils were full of me, and his gentle eyes were like a net. In my last life, I was deceived by him and was completely devoted, until I died in my last life. I thought he loved me. Okay, you go out, I want to take a good bath. Fu Lingzhou walked out of the bathroom without any hesitation, and I smiled coldly at the closed door. Fu Lingzhou, I hope you don't let me down. A minute later, I walked out of the bathroom wrapped in a bath towel. Fu Lingzhou was not in the bedroom, and my mobile phone, which was originally placed on the bedside, was gone. I opened the safe in the bedroom, took out the documents, and walked to the living room. The lights in the living room were off, and the light from the phone hit Fu Lingzhou's face. He frowned slightly, his expression focused. Pop. I turned on the lights in the living room. Fu Lingzhou looked up vigilantly, a flash of panic in his eyes. I walked to his side and snatched the phone from his hand. My phone. The page was still on my social page, and the message on the page was only half-typed. MS. Zhao Linlin was not the victim of the Cherry Park assault case. I was. I am sorry for making the innocent Zhao Linlin suspected and even exposed in the past few days. I looked at the screen and suddenly laughed out loud. Fu Lingzhou opened his mouth but didn't say anything. I lowered my head, completed the message, and handed the phone to him for him to see. Did you mean to say that? He looked at the message, looked at me in surprise and hesitation, as if he didn't understand my attitude, and didn't understand why I knew what he was going to write. Every word of this passage used to be like a knife to torture me. Fu Lingzhou's emotions returned to normal. He patiently told me, Linlin is different from you. My mentor is a university professor. She was born in a scholarly family. Her relatives and friends are all educated and cultured. She has been bullied online and has depression. If she continues like this, she will die. What about me? Fu Lingzhou rubbed his eyebrows impatiently. Anyway, you have been raped before, and you have survived, haven't you? I deleted this unsent message in front of him. Fu Lingzhou's face darkened. Be sensible. I don't care whether you have been violated, but the secular eyes will scrutinize Linlin. Just think of it as saving her life. I have wronged you this time, and I will compensate you with more love in the future. I really want to question him. Zhao Linlin will accept the scrutiny of the secular eyes, will I not? But suddenly, I feel boring. I took the document out of the safe and put it in front of Fu Lingzhou. Sign it. When Fu Lingzhou saw the document, his calm expression cracked. This document is a divorce agreement. This is the guarantee I gave Fu Lingzhou when we got married. Fu Lingzhou was a poor boy who grew up with his grandmother who picked up garbage. Later, my parents funded him. He was good-looking and very strict. He was cold to everyone, but to me, he seemed to have some kind of responsibility. He liked to discipline me like a teacher and gave me extra lessons every Saturday and Sunday. I fell in love with him at the age of first love. In the next few years, I have been trying to follow his footsteps. Later, we got together naturally, but I could never feel his love and care for me before getting married. I even humbly took out the divorce agreement and said that if he found someone he loved, I would let him go. At the beginning, our marriage was still happy, until 3 years ago, Zhao Linlin, the daughter of his mentor, came back. His whole heart began to lean towards Zhao Linlin, and I have been waiting for him to take out the divorce agreement from the safe. In his previous life, he never mentioned divorce, and never took out the divorce agreement from the safe. So I thought he really had me in his heart. You want a divorce? Fu Lingzhou's voice trembled, and his pupils trembled. Just because I want to save Zhao Linlin, you want to divorce me? Fu Lingzhou's voice was more stable this time, with paranoia and confusion in his eyes. I lowered my eyes. Don't you want to save Zhao Linlin? As long as you sign the divorce agreement, we will go through the divorce procedure, and I will hold a press conference. Fu Lingzhou was angry. Are you threatening me? Seeing that I didn't say anything, Fu Lingzhou's tone became heavier. Don't think that I will be soft-hearted if you threaten me with divorce. I have found a way to minimize the damage. Why can't you cooperate with me? I exhaled a breath of turbid air and calmed down for a while. I am afraid that after the clarification, my reputation will affect your company, so our divorce is the best choice. Fu Lingzhou was obviously relieved, but his tone was still a little uncertain. You Do you really think so? I nodded. Sign it. Fu Linzhou saw that I was calm, and he picked up the divorce agreement and looked at it for a while. You want to leave the house with nothing. I'll let the lawyer read. No, just sign it. I don't want anything, I said patiently. I just want to completely break off my relationship with Fu Linzhou in my life again. Don't be so petty. I know I have wronged you this time. I will satisfy you with whatever you want. I just want you to sign. Seeing my firm attitude, Fu Linzhou finally compromised and signed the divorce agreement. After signing, Fu Linzhou always felt empty in his heart. He wanted to stay with Lin Yao for a while, but Lin Yao only left him with a resolute back. Lin Yao loves him very much and will not leave him easily. This time she filed for divorce. It was just a little emotion for a while. Afterwards, as long as he coaxed her well, they would still love each other as before. The next day, Fu Linzhou and I went to the Civil Affairs Bureau to go through the procedures, because both parties have the intention to divorce. They can divorce without waiting for the cooling-off period. After the divorce, I felt relieved, but as soon as I walked out of the door, I saw Zhao Linlin waiting at the door, wearing thin clothes. Fu Linzhou did not disappoint my prediction, and hurriedly took off his coat and put it on her. You just recovered from a cold, you shouldn't come here, your body won't be able to bear it. Zhao Linlin gathered her coat. Yao Yao sacrificed so much for me, I should always thank her. Fu Linzhou rubbed Zhao Linlin's head. You are just too sensible, she should do all this for you. I rolled my eyes silently. I should do it, goddamn, I should do it. In my previous life, when I saw such a scene, I had already quarreled with Fu Linzhou, but now I just want to leave as soon as possible, and don't want them to affect my mood. But Zhao Linlin walked towards me delicately, obviously not wanting me to leave. I guess she was eager to show off to me. A good dog doesn't block the road. I pushed her away. I don't want to be in the same space with this couple of dogs. I feel scared for one more second. Yao Yao, Zhao Linlin pouted, tears falling. I've wronged you this time. I'm really sorry that I made you divorce Linzhou. I will let Linzhou compensate you. Fu Linzhou came over and pushed me away. Lin Yao, why are you so petty? Linlin is a patient. She is different from you. She is very fragile. If you are angry, just come to me. I couldn't stand this. So I raised my hand and slapped Fu Linzhou. Fu Linzhou was obviously stunned by me and looked at me in disbelief. Stinky woman, what are you doing? You dare to hit Linzhou? On the contrary. Zhao Linlin was so angry that she rushed towards me with her teeth and claws. She didn't look like a patient at all. It just so happened that I didn't want to spoil her. I rolled up my sleeves and hit her, and soon we wrestled together. Zhao Linlin was pulled by my hair and kept wailing. Soon I was pulled away by Fu Linzhou, and he glared at me viciously. Why are you biting people everywhere like a mad dog? I know you are angry about the divorce. When the storm is over, we will remarry, Linzhou. I am in so much pain, please help me. Fu Linzhou hurried to care for Zhao Linlin without looking at me again. I touched the scratched corner of my mouth, took a deep breath, tidied my clothes and left. Although I was injured, I felt much better after the anger in my heart was released. Following the trajectory of my previous life, I collected the evidence of Zhao Linlin's self-directed rape and convened a press conference. Fu Linzhou and Zhao Linlin also arrived at the scene that day. I think everyone wants to know whether Zhao Linlin was raped. I can prove that she was not raped. As soon as he finished speaking, I could clearly feel that Fu Linzhou was relieved. Then he looked at his mobile phone, told Zhao Linlin a few words, and left in a hurry. And Zhao Linlin walked slowly to the stage with fragile steps under the protection of bodyguards and sat next to me. Ms. Zhao Linlin was not raped. So who was raped? Who is the person in the photo? Can you tell me who the person in the photo is? Faced with the reporter's aggressive questions, I glanced at Zhao Linlin. She was just waiting for me to admit it leisurely. How ridiculous. No one was raped. The person in the photo is indeed Ms. Zhao Linlin. And the other person is her boyfriend who she has been dating for many years. It is normal for men and women to fall in love. Please don't exaggerate this matter. Zhao Linlin suddenly stood up and pointed at me. You are talking nonsense. The person in the photo is not me. Don't believe her. Here is the evidence. I think everyone should be very interested. After that, I showed the photo of Zhao Linlin dating the male model in the club. The male model is quite famous in the club and was quickly recognized. So you found a gigolo boyfriend. No wonder you play so wildly. It seems that we are also part of your play. Damn, just lock him up. What a waste of public resources. There was an uproar at the scene. And everyone was teasing Zhao Linlin. In my previous life, I only knew it when I heard Zhao Linlin bragging in front of me before I died. The rape she mentioned was a good show she directed and acted in order to destroy the relationship between me and Fu Linzhou. The male model was not a rapist, but her boyfriend who had been dating for many years. In order to win Fu Linzhou's sympathy, she not only slandered the male model as a rapist, but also sent him to prison. I knew that I would try to get the male model in the future and let him make the truth of the matter public. But the male model was killed in prison, and I didn't find any evidence, and finally died unjustly. Fortunately, it's not too late now. Zhao Linlin saw that the situation was out of control, and she made a phone call anxiously. Soon she was taken away by Fu Linzhou's bodyguards. You and Mr. Fu have been married for 3 years, but he has been protecting Ms. Zhao Linlin. How do you feel about this? We are divorced. What he does in the future has nothing to do with me. I raised my hand, and there was no ring on my ring finger. After the press conference, I set off to return to Haicheng. In order to follow Fu Linzhou, I resolutely left home, left Haicheng, and came to Jingshi with him to develop. It was also here that he met Zhao Linlin's family. Zhao Linlin's father gave Fu Linzhou an opportunity, making him a new upstart in Jingshi in an instant. In the past 3 years, Fu Linzhou has always kept in mind the kindness of Zhao Linlin's father. Whenever Zhao Linlin came to him for something, he would help Zhao Linlin solve the problem as soon as possible. At the beginning, he would forget our wedding anniversary because of Zhao Linlin. Later, it became more and more excessive, and even for Zhao Linlin, he wanted me to reveal my scars and admit that I was raped. I can only blame myself for being blind and entrusting my life to such a scumbag. Now, no one can hurt me again. I received a call from Fu Linzhou. I think he saw the live broadcast and wanted to apologize to me. I pressed the answer button, and before I opened my mouth, I heard him scolding me. Lin Yao, why don't you consider the consequences of your actions? How will Linlin live after you make the evidence public? Their family values reputation the most. What's the difference between you and taking her life? I really misjudged you. Where are you now? I'll come to pick you up. Let's go apologize to Linlin. She is trying to commit suicide now. Why are you so ignorant? I know that you have been wrong this time, but Linlin was threatened by someone to think of such a way. As long as you apologize well this time, we will forgive you. Fu Linzhou became more and more excited, but I no longer had the patience to listen to his nonsense. After hanging up the phone, I blocked all his contact information. The world is finally quiet. Fu Linzhou is still as shameful as ever. I won't spoil him. As soon as I arrived in Haicheng, my family arranged for someone to pick me up. Yao Yao is back. She's thinner. It's all your fault that you insisted on letting Yao Yao go out alone. I feel bad when I think of the hard life our daughter has lived outside. My mother cried distressfully, holding my hand and constantly checking if I was abnormal. My father's face, as serious as usual, also showed a little more distress. It's good that you're back. Don't cry. It's so unlucky, you old man. Mom and Dad, I won't go anywhere after I come back this time. I just want to accompany you well. My parents both smiled with relief. They chose not to mention Fu Linzhou, fearing that I would be sad, and I don't want Fu Linzhou, that scumbag, to affect our family's mood anymore. His mentor's kindness to him is a favor. Isn't it a favor that my family funded him and enabled him to become a talent? He is good, always talking about the kindness of my family, and completely forgetting the financial support from my family. He is simply a real-life ungrateful person. I feel unlucky when I mention him again. After returning home, I started to take over the family business. My father would help me introduce various important partners, and the process was very smooth. I heard that a big man would come from Beijing to Haicheng for development. As long as we can reach a cooperation with him, the company's development will definitely be prosperous in the future. The big man is called Gu Chen, one of the few figures in Beijing, with countless industries under his control, a real aristocrat. Not only does he have a good family background, but he is also smart. As long as he values the things he invests in, there is nothing he will not make a profit. In my previous life, I only occasionally heard Fu Linzhou mention Gu Chen. Gu Chen is a relationship that Fu Yanchuan can't get close to. This time, I am fully prepared to cooperate with Gu Chen, and I am determined to win. Knowing that Gu Chen was going to attend the banquet held by the organizer of Haicheng that day, I also arrived early to wait. When I saw Gu Chen appear, I immediately stepped forward and greeted him. Hello, Mr. Gu. Gu Chen stopped. A look of surprise flashed across his face, and then he made a hush gesture to me. I nodded in understanding and motioned him to go to the balcony to discuss in detail. Tell me, how do you know me? I don't seem to have you in my memory. Gu Chen frowned, as if he was trying to recall if I had any impression of you. Do you still remember the rape case 10 years ago? I was the victim, I said bluntly. Gu Chen's face was briefly dazed, and soon returned to normal. It turned out to be you. I'm sorry for encountering such a thing. I'm happy to see that you are doing well. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to you today. Thank you for sending the villain to prison. After I finished speaking, I bowed deeply to him to express my most sincere gratitude. In the previous life, Fu Linzhou offended a big shot, in order to vent his anger. The man kidnapped and raped me who was with Fu Linzhou every day. Afterwards, he sent me to Fu Linzhou. Fu Linzhou cried and said to me that he would be responsible for me, but at the same time he hated him for being weak and incompetent and unable to avenge me. I watched the villain go unpunished. Feeling depressed and suffering from severe depression, from that day on, Fu Linzhou, who used to ignore me, would stay by my side every day and take care of me meticulously. He told me he loved me every day when I was pale. Fu Linzhou would do his best to meet my requirements as long as I wanted. When Fu Linzhou knelt down and begged me to marry him, I backed off because I was afraid that Fu Linzhou married me out of guilt. But I can still remember his expression when he firmly confessed to me, Yao Yao, I love you. I have already surpassed all shackles. I just want to love you. I hope you can give me a chance. At that time, His love words were so beautiful that I was deeply bewitched. I mustered up the courage to agree to marry him, but I didn't expect that I would lose my life. Now think about how ridiculous it is. The vows of love are just like this. And Gu Chen, a stranger who had never met before, knew that the villain was still at large. He did not hesitate to hurt himself and sent the villain to prison. In my last life, I wanted to thank him after I knew the news, but I never had the chance. Now I have the chance, and I want to thank him. This is what I should do, seeing that you are doing well. Everything I did before is worth it. Gu Chen's gentle words made my eyes red instantly. A stranger could be so tender to me, but Fu Linzhou only kept promising me empty checks and never cashed them until I died. I can only blame myself for being blind at the time, and I actually spent my life on a scumbag after I told Gu Chen about my ideas. Gu Chen felt that my project had a lot of room for investment, and immediately verbally decided on the intention of cooperation. Because of my experience in the last life, I have a precise grasp of the trend of market development, but every time I put forward an idea, Gu Chen can always quickly keep up with my ideas. I can't help but admire his unique vision. He can have the status he has today, entirely because of his own ability. What are you thinking about? Why are you daydreaming? I looked over and saw Gu Chen had already put the cut steak in front of me. He always had a smile on his face, behaved properly, and spoke generously. For a moment, my heart skipped a beat, and suddenly it started pounding, and a wave of heat suddenly rushed to my face. Thank you, thank you. After stuttering to thank him, I immediately looked away. I was actually attracted to Gu Chen. However, it is reasonable for me to be attracted to such an excellent person as him. But thinking of my unbearable past, I could only suppress the feelings that had just emerged in my heart. I can't dream of such an excellent person like him. As long as I can be with him, I feel very satisfied. Lin Yao, do you know how long I have been looking for you? I didn't expect you to meet a wild man here. You are really stubborn. You will stick to any man you see. Do you have to let everyone know that you are a money loser to be happy? Lin has been persuading me to come to you during this period. I also forgave you after making a lot of psychological preparations. I didn't expect you to have a candlelight dinner with another man now. You really disappoint me. Go back with us now. I don't care about everything in the past. We will start over, but you have to promise me that you will never meet a wild man again in the future. Before I digested Fu Linzhou's words, he was about to come forward to pull me. I honestly avoided Fu Linzhou's touch and immediately retreated a lot. Don't come over. I have nothing to do with you anymore. If you come over again, I will call the police. Fu Linzhou obviously didn't expect me to be so excited. He was stunned for a while. Then he exhaled and relaxed. I know I wronged you before. You don't need to apologize to Lin. I apologized for you. She has forgiven you. Can you go back with me? Fu Linzhou suppressed his temper and slowed down his tone to coax me. If it were in the past, as long as his attitude was a little better, I would forgive him without stopping. But now I feel sick when I look at him for a second. I haven't done anything wrong, and I don't need you to apologize to others on my behalf. If you pester me again, I will send you to the police station. This is Haicheng, and I still have this right, if you don't want to be on the hot search tomorrow. I advise you to get out. Fu Linzhou's face turned red after hearing what I said. You dare to threaten me, Lin Yao? Aren't you afraid that I will never forgive you again? I just felt ridiculous listening to his angry words. If you have nothing to do, just leave. Don't disturb me while I'm eating. After I finished speaking, I ignored Fu Linzhou and cast an apologetic look at Gu Chen. Gu Chen smiled and showed his understanding. I don't know if our interaction irritated Fu Linzhou. He was desperate and walked up to Gu Chen, wanting to hit him. You bastard. Do you know she's mine? How dare you flirt with her in front of me? I'm going to teach you a lesson now. Let's see if you dare to flirt with other women in the future. Gu Chen slightly turned his body to avoid Fu Linzhou's attack, and then suppressed Fu Linzhou with a backhand. Fu Linzhou struggled and cursed. I just thought he was cheap when I saw him. Fu Linzhou, don't embarrass yourself here. Do you know that you are a mad dog now? Fu Linzhou's face sank, and he struggled to say, Lin Yao, you dare to despise me for being embarrassed? I didn't despise you when you were slept with by others and became a rotten shoe. I married you with the name of a cuckold and gave you the highest dignity, so that those who laughed at you would envy you. What qualifications do you have to laugh at me, a slut? Listening to Fu Linzhou's humiliating words, my face turned pale. I walked up and slapped him hard several times. Fu Linzhou, how dare you? Get out now. Don't let me see you again. Fu Linzhou was obviously stunned by me, and he opened his mouth, but couldn't say anything. I turned and left. Although I have been reborn, the matter of being raped is always a knot in my heart. Although I don't touch it, it still exists in my heart. Like a wound with holes everywhere, blood will flow out uncontrollably as long as you move casually. Moreover, what qualifications does Fu Linzhou have to say about me? Isn't it all because of him that I have such an experience? I didn't expect that he actually compared me to a pair of broken shoes in his heart. No wonder he can hurt me unscrupulously every time. It turns out that he thinks from the bottom of his heart that I am not worthy of his kindness to me. In the past few years of marriage, he has been asking about my well-being every day with nausea, which is really forced on him. I walked aimlessly, and suddenly there was an extra coat on my shoulders. I looked back and saw that it was Gu Chen who caught up with me. I immediately lowered my head. Guchen just helped me put on my clothes, it's very windy, don't catch a cold. I nodded, with mixed feelings in my heart, not knowing how to face Guchen. Whenever I think of my unbearable past, I feel that it is a blasphemy for him to be with someone like Guchen. Yao Yao. Can I call you that? Guchen asked politely. I nodded. But I couldn't raise my head. I didn't know what to say to ease the embarrassment. Guchen seemed to reach out and touch my head. Don't care about what he said, those things are not your fault, you don't have to live in the past, go forward. There are many things worth looking forward to in the future waiting for you to explore. You deserve the best things in the world. I'm a bad mouth, but in my heart, you are beautiful and strong, I admire you very much. Guchen's firm words gave me courage. I slowly raised my head and looked at his serious face. I pulled the corner of my mouth. Thank you, Guchen, you're welcome. If you need it in the future, you can always find me. I will protect you and won't let anyone bully you. Guchen's face was still as serious as before. The promise sounded so beautiful when it came out of his mouth. Why are you so good to me? I don't deserve you to be so good to me. I will misunderstand it. My voice became smaller and smaller, and I even felt that Guchen liked me for a moment. I was shocked by my inner thoughts. How could Guchen like me? I don't know why, but when I see you, I want to be nice to you inexplicably. When I see you being bullied, I want to protect you. Do you feel disgusted? If I feel uncomfortable, I will try my best to restrain myself, Guchen said honestly, without any concession in his momentum. Can you please stop hiding from me? I just want to be your friend and have more contact with you. Listening to Guchen's pleading tone, I finally nodded. Well, I also want to be your friend, Guchen. It seems that it is not my illusion. Guchen does have different feelings for me, but I can't respond to him now. Because I have a grudge in my heart. If we are together in such a hurry, something will happen sooner or later, but I am not worried that Guchen will let me down like Fu Linzhou. I believe that Guchen and Fu Linzhou are two different people. I just feel that there are still a lot of messes behind me. It is unfair for Guchen to start a new relationship before dealing with things. After I went back, I received an apology message from an unfamiliar number, Yao Yao. I was so angry today that I said that without thinking. That was not my intention. Please forgive me, you know, I love you very much. No one in this world loves you more than me. When I have settled the matter in Jingshi, I will come to Haicheng to accompany you. If you like to stay in Haicheng, I will stay with you in Haicheng and will not go anywhere else. Wait for me. I love you very much, Yao Yao. After reading the message, I deleted and blocked the one-stop service. Giving a slap and a sweet date is really in line with Fu Linzhou's usual style. In the past, he resolutely wanted to go to Jingshi for his own better development. Even if he knew that all my relatives and friends were in Haicheng, he had no worries. He decided to go to Jingshi, so he had to go. My heart and eyes were full of him, so naturally I would follow him wherever he went. I left my hometown and followed him to a strange city, and slowly ran my and Fu Linzhou's home from scratch. At the beginning, Fu Linzhou always encountered many unsatisfactory things in the business world. Every time he was harassed by extreme customers, he would take me out to help him solve his problems whenever he had difficulties. I accompanied him to various drinking parties, and even drank until my stomach was perforated in order to help him negotiate business. It was not until his career started that I slowly moved behind the scenes. Fu Linzhou promised me at that time that as long as the company got better, he would make me the happiest woman in the world. I kept waiting. But I waited for the news that he spent a lot of money on Zhao Linlin. Just because Zhao Linlin wanted a quota for a graduate tutor, Fu Linzhou immediately invested in the school and directly became a director of the school to help Zhao Linlin finalize the quota. He took Zhao Linlin to various banquets in the future, saying that it was to repay Zhao Linlin's father's kindness and introduce Zhao Linlin to a few people. It was his duty. I felt unhappy when I saw them going out in pairs. But I kept enduring, because it was not easy for Fu Linzhou and I to get to where we are today. I didn't want to quarrel over irrelevant people, but my blind tolerance did not make Fu Linzhou restrain himself, but he became more and more excessive. When Zhao Linlin was reported for plagiarizing the paper, Fu Linzhou was the first to stand up for Zhao Linlin, vowing that Zhao Linlin could not plagiarize, and that if she gossiped behind his back, she would be against him. And he would make the rumormonger pay the price. But at the same time, after the photos of me accompanying Fu Linzhou to discuss business and go to various drinking parties were dug up, I was labeled as a socialite on the hot list. And I asked Fu Linzhou to find a public relations person to handle it. He just said coldly, "Your reputation is already very bad, it doesn't matter if it gets worse. There is no need to waste unnecessary funds on such a small matter. And no matter what others say about you, I only love you, dear, in this world. As long as I love you, it's enough." At that time, I was too stupid to believe Fu Linzhou's high-sounding words. Now Fu Linzhou's sweet words are as disgusting to me as shit, since he is determined to come to me and seek death. I will not be polite. The cooperation between the company and Guchen is going smoothly. With the gimmick of cooperating with Guchen, the company has also attracted more investment. This kind of scene is a win-win situation for us, and we are all happy in it. if things go too smoothly, some people will get restless. Soon I was on the hot search again, famous scene of Beijing's former socialite, hooking up with Shanghai's new rich. The above are pictures of me eating with various people. And the means are still as dirty as ever. I quickly asked someone to find out who was behind the posting of the photos. As expected, it was Zhao Linlin's hand. I asked someone to collect evidence and then bring Zhao Linlin to court. Guchen came to me anxiously. I have asked the Public Relations Department to handle the matter, and it will not affect you in any way. In the future, I will have people monitor public opinion and will not let you bear these unwarranted stigmas again. This incident will never happen again. Don't be afraid. I will protect you well. I listened to Guchen's assurance, and my heart was already moved. I couldn't help but want to hug Guchen, and my body honestly hugged Guchen. Thank you, Guchen. It turns out that this is how it feels to be cared for. I like this feeling so much. I will never forget it in my life. Guchen knocked on my head. Silly girl, this is just the beginning. How can you be so easily moved? If this happens, I will have a strong sense of crisis. Otherwise, if everyone treats you a little better, won't you just pat your butt and follow others? But I won't give others this opportunity. I will treat you so well that you can't see the good of others. Guchen asked himself and answered himself. I nodded. I can only see the good of you now. After that, the two of us hugged each other tightly. At this time, we could only hear each other's heartbeats. The violent beatings were telling each other our feelings. On the day of the trial, Guchen and I attended together, and Fu Linzhou was standing next to Zhao Linlin. When Fu Linzhou saw Guchen holding my hand, his eyes instantly turned red. He wanted to come over angrily, but was entangled by Zhao Linlin's crying, Brother Zhou, don't leave, I'm scared. I didn't do anything, but Yao Yao took me to court. I'm really scared. I really have no one to rely on except you now. Unlike Yao Yao, the men around her are always one after another. Fu Linzhou helped Zhao Linlin wipe away her tears. You are different from her. You are so pure. Don't learn from her. After this incident, I will let her apologize to you. Okay, don't cry. You are almost like a little cat. You won't look good on camera later. Brother Zhou. Zhao Linlin pretended to be angry and punched Fu Linzhou's chest. This is a court. I still defendant. How can you still joke? I'm scared to death. Don't be afraid. I'm here. No one can hurt you. Fu Linzhou even deliberately said it out loud. It seemed to be provoking me, but I didn't even look at him, after all. They won't be able to jump for long. Dear presiding judge and jurors, today, I stand here to protect my reputation and personal dignity. MS. Zhao Linlin bought off the internet. After I finished my statement and appeal, I submitted the evidence. When it came to Zhao Linlin, she didn't say anything, but just kept crying and saying that she was wronged. Fu Linzhou couldn't stand it first, and he comforted Zhao Linlin who was crying uncontrollably. Then he glared at me fiercely. Lin Yao, do you have a heart? Linlin is crying like this, but you still want to sue her. If something really happens to her, your 10 lives will not be enough to compensate. I really didn't expect you to be such a person. You should withdraw the lawsuit now and apologize to Linlin. I can treat what happened today as if it never happened. Otherwise, don't expect me to forgive you in the future. I don't know where Fu Linzhou got his confidence from. He always thought that I would kneel down and beg him to go back to him. He probably still thinks that I love him very much and can't live without him. After all, I have been quite tolerant of him in the past few years. It's normal for him to have such an illusion. I ignored him. The court relies on evidence to speak, and it's not that whoever cries is right. In the end, after listening to Zhao Linlin's sophistry, the judge ruled that I won the case. Zhao Linlin was also detained for 7 days. I am not particularly satisfied with this result. After all, Zhao Linlin has hurt me more than once. But don't worry, I will slowly give it back to her. After Zhao Linlin was locked up, Fu Linzhou never had a moment of rest. He kept sending me messages asking me to write a letter of apology to release Zhao Linlin. Perhaps because I ignored him, I saw Fu Linzhou sitting in my living room when I got home. He bowed his head and acted like a little kid, but my parents never gave him a good face. But Fu Linzhou still had a smile on his face, and it was obvious that he was going to bow his head to the bottom. He was really desperate for Zhao Linlin, but he wanted to save Zhao Linlin, so why did he pester my parents? I was immediately furious. Why are you here? You are not welcome here. Fu Linzhou saw me coming back and just pretended not to hear me talking. Yao Yao is back. He came over and wanted to take the coat from my hand, but I avoided him. I came here specially to cook your favorite white porridge for you this time. Can you forgive me? I know I was wrong. Fu Linzhou embarrassedly withdrew his hand and went to the kitchen to serve the porridge. Come, it's not hot anymore. You used to like eating the white porridge I cooked the most. Try it and see if the taste has changed. Fu Linzhou brought it to me like a treasure, with a face full of expectation. I never liked white porridge. Now I hate you. I feel disgusted as long as you touch anything. I pushed the white porridge away. If you want to save Zhao Linlin, you can find other ways. Don't waste your time here. I won't forgive her. Fu Linzhou's face suddenly became ugly. I have already tried so hard to please you, but you are still not satisfied. If you hadn't insisted on suing Linlin in court, how could she be arrested and how could the family of my mentor be stigmatized? Lin Yao, you used to consider me everywhere, but now why do you annoy me everywhere? I work so hard every day just to come to Haicheng to accompany you as soon as possible. But you always make things difficult for me, why don't you understand me at all? Fu Linzhou became more and more angry as he spoke. He threw the white porridge to the ground with a snap. As if he had really suffered a great injustice, I watched everything he did with cold eyes. Can you please stop going crazy here? I get annoyed when I see you. Fu Linzhou obviously didn't expect me to be so heartless, and a hurt expression flashed across his face. He immediately looked at me with a wronged expression. I didn't mean it. I just want us to go back to the past. Yao Yao, please forgive me. I held back the contempt in my heart. I knew if I continued to quarrel with him, then he would definitely continue to pester me. Tell me, what do you want to do? I said straight to the point. Fu Linzhou saw that my expression had eased a lot, and his face was happy. I knew you liked me. I came here this time to give up the letter of understanding to save Linlin. You know, she is the daughter of my mentor. The most important thing for my mentor's family is reputation. If Linlin has any scandal, then the reputation of my mentor's family will be completely stinky. Fu Linzhou paused, as if he had organized his words for a long time. I don't want to owe Linlin anything. You know, what I hate most is owing favors to others. If I do that, I will just owe others endlessly. This unequal relationship makes me feel suffocated. I looked at his difficult face and felt a sense of irony. So you want me to pay back the favors you owe me? Do you think this is fair to me? Why are you saying such harsh words? How can we be so clear about the difference between the two of us? You love me very much, so you should give everything for me, and of course I will do the same. Fu Linzhou, you are so shameless. Today you have pushed my limits again. I love you, so should I bear all the harm that loving you will cause? Your brain circuit is really short-circuited, so you can think of such a stupid reason. What's more, I have told you more than once that I don't love you anymore and asked you not to bother me, but you never listened. I won't reason with you anymore. If you continue to bother me, I will call the police directly. As for Zhao Linlin, if you want to save her, find someone else. I will never forgive her in my life. Don't try to find forgiveness from me. After I finished my long speech, I took a deep breath. Yao Yao, don't say angry words if you don't love me. Then I can't find someone who loves me? Fu Linzhou is really ridiculous. He still thinks I can't live without him. It's unreasonable. The more angry I get, the more excited Fu Linzhou becomes. I just feel annoyed when I see it. My dad finally couldn't help it. Fu Linzhou, my daughter already hates you so much, so don't provoke him anymore. I was polite to you before because my daughter has you in her eyes. If you are stubborn now, don't blame me for being cruel. When Fu Linzhou heard my dad say harsh words to him, disbelief flashed across his face. Dad, Yao Yao and I have quarreled before, but you have always persuaded us to reconcile. This time I beg Yao Yao to forgive me, and you don't help me, but you still want to break us up. What do you think? You are so shameless. Our family gave you too much face in the past, which made you unable to recognize your own status. My daughter was wronged, but I didn't help her. Could it be that I should help you? An ungrateful wolf. My mother listened to his shameless remarks and pointed at his nose and scolded him. Fu Linzhou's face turned pale and his brows furrowed. Yao Yao, do you see me like this? Why do you see me like this? We have been through so many things together. No one knows you better than me. You will only stay by my side in this life. Before I could speak, Fu Linzhou started to hypnotize himself. I was completely speechless. For someone like Fu Linzhou who would not listen to any good or bad words, it would be in vain to say more to him. The door is there. If you don't leave, I will call the police, I said coldly. My patience was almost exhausted. At this time, Fu Linzhou seemed to realize that my mood was very wrong. Yao Yao, are you angry? I sneered, gave him a look like an idiot, and took out my mobile phone to call the police. Fu Linzhou's face suddenly changed. He wanted to come over to grab my mobile phone, but I dodged him. He was unstable under the force, and his head hit the corner of the table directly. Blood. I am bleeding. Yao Yao. Fu Linzhou was trying to act pitiful to win my sympathy. After all, in the past, if he had just a small cut, I would feel extremely distressed and would immediately take out the medical kit to bandage him. Now I just feel disgusted. It was not until the police call was connected that Fu Linzhou put away his performance. I'm leaving first. I will not let Linlin's matter go. We'll see. I watched him leave with a cold face. Fu Linzhou is a man who loves face the most. When it comes to the real thing, he is a turtle. When my parents saw this situation, they blamed each other and regretted supporting Fu Linzhou. What an ungrateful person. I slowly calmed their emotions, a little worried that Fu Linzhou would do something out of the ordinary. Later, I was busy dealing with company affairs every day, and there was no movement when I asked people to keep an eye on Fu Linzhou. I could devote myself to work. In my previous life, I became a daughter flower living next to Fu Linzhou, and I could only rely on him for my whole life. His love is a life-extending pill for me, which is extremely precious. He probably knew that I had nothing to ask for except to stay with him all the time, so he hurt me again and again without any bottom line. But now I have my own career and live a different life every day. I also met a boyfriend who dotes on me and respects me very much. All this is a rare happiness for me, and I cherish it more and more. Guchen wanted to make my relationship with him public. He said he wanted to give me enough sense of security, but I refused. I knew that Guchen loved me very much and he would not hurt me. In terms of sense of security, he has given enough. Although we did not show off our love on social media, all his relatives and friends knew about my existence. This is completely different from Fu Linzhou, who only knows how to show off. In the end, Fu Linzhou asked many people to rescue Zhao Linlin. After Zhao Linlin came out, she came to me as soon as possible, but was stopped by people around me. Even in this way, she still did not give up and waited for me every day. Now I know that Zhao Linlin is also a half-psychopath, but I'm not afraid at all. I have arranged enough bodyguards to protect me. If Zhao Linlin dares to make a move, I can let her go in again immediately. But Fu Linzhou couldn't sit still when he saw Zhao Linlin going crazy, and he changed a new number to find bad luck with me. I just answered the phone and hung up immediately when I heard his voice. I received his text message after a while. Lin Yao, you really went too far this time. Can't you pay attention to Linlin? She is suicidal every day now, and the teacher's hair has turned a lot white. I won't let you go so easily this time, just wait and see. The content of the text message made me sneer. I am getting more and more confused about what my behavior is that makes Fu Linzhou think he still has the capital to jump in front of me. I rubbed my aching head and fell into deep thought. What are you thinking about? You are so absorbed in it. I stewed snow pear soup for you. Drink some to replenish your body. You have lost weight recently. When I came to my senses, Guchen had already served the soup in front of me. Nothing. I took a sip of the soup. The light sweetness and the strong pear aroma were just right for my taste. It's delicious. I couldn't help but drink a few more sips. It was very much to my taste. Drink slowly, there's more. Don't choke. After I finished, Guchen poured another bowl and placed it in front of me. I stared at him closely, with an obsession that couldn't be hidden in my eyes. He was not only upright, but also gentle and considerate. He also respected my career and took care of my life. I really like you more and more, Guchen. The sudden confession made Guchen blush instantly. The president, who was always calm and composed, actually smiled shyly. The reaction was really too cute. I couldn't help but get close to him, tiptoed and pecked his thin lips. Soon he took the initiative and held my head and kissed me deeply. After kissing until I could hardly breathe, he reluctantly let me go, carefully helping me to tidy up my slightly messy hair. The red corners of my eyes revealed forbearance everywhere. If you want, I can do it. I lay in Guchen's arms, listening to his violent heartbeat, and whispered. Guchen hugged me tightly, buried his head deeply in my neck, took a deep breath, and then slowly let me go. He tapped my nose. It's not the time yet. I haven't prepared well yet. When I heard Guchen say that I needed to prepare, my mood suddenly fell to the bottom. Could it be that Guchen cares about my past? And he needs time to build up his mentality. Thinking of this possibility, my mood became even lower. Regret slowly wrapped around my chest like a poisonous snake, making me almost breathless. After a long time, I finally mustered up the courage to speak. Do you care about my past? The voice became smaller and smaller, but tears could not stop flowing down my cheeks. Although the past was not caused by me, I was even the victim, but these things really happened to me. I regret not being able to give the best of myself to Guchen. My heart is extremely uncomfortable when I think that we will become estranged because of these things. I love Guchen very much, but if he really minds, I think I will take the initiative to give up this relationship. Although I will be reluctant, I am even more reluctant to force him. Someone like him who is really excellent can definitely find someone who is thousands of times better than me. At least that person is clean. Guchen saw me crying and wiped my tears distressfully. He probably knew what I was worried about. He thought for a long time, hugged me tightly and said, Yao Yao, I love you now more than your past. What I mean by preparation is to prepare well for our first time, so that we can have a good memory together. It was because my words were not clear enough that made you think negatively about yourself. I am really sorry. He bowed his head and kissed away my tears. I love you. And I love you as a person, no matter the past, as long as the person in the future is you. Listening to Guchen's affectionate confession, my mood could not help but get better. I did not doubt whether what he said was true or false. As long as it was what Guchen said, I would choose to believe it. There was no need for him to lie to me. As long as he wanted to be with me well, I would give him the same sincerity in return. Guchen, thank you. Thank you for appearing by my side and spending the rest of my life with me. It is really a blessing to meet you in this life. I will love you well. It is my luck to be loved by you. Similarly, I will love you well. MS, Lin Yao. Guchen looked at me affectionately like a gentleman. But without any transgression, every move he made us feel very moved. I think I must have fallen in love. Soon we couldn't help but kiss each other again. Click. Suddenly I heard the sound of a camera. And when I opened my eyes and looked over, it was Zhao Linlin holding up her phone to take a picture of me. She even raised her phone proudly. Lin Yao, you are such a fickle woman. You dare to keep a lover in the office behind Brother Zhou's back. If he sees this photo, will he still like you as before? As long as he sees the photo, he will definitely not think about you anymore. Then he will be with me and marry us. I fell in love with him from the first sight. If you hadn't met him first, he would definitely fall in love with me. After all, although you were married before, every time I had something, he would help me without hesitation and left you to help me. If you hadn't occupied the magpie's nest, Brother Zhou, and I wouldn't have such a hard life. You just wait to be abandoned by Brother Zhou. Listening to Zhao Linlin's confusing words, I just felt that she was crazy and that was why she was so completely messed up. First of all, Fu Linzhou and I have divorced, now he and I are just ex-husbands. As for what Zhao Linlin said about Fu Linzhou caring about me, I no longer have the interest to verify it, because it's not worth it. I don't want to continue to entangle with Zhao Linlin, but in order to use her, I finally spoke up. Since you like Fu Linzhou so much, then you should get married. Why hasn't he married you yet? Facing my sarcasm, Zhao Linlin's face turned pale. After a long time, she spoke up. If it weren't for you, a fickle woman, seducing brother Zhou, he would have married me a long time ago. He has already bought me a ring, and it's specially customized. He really put a lot of thought into it. He designed it himself, which shows that this is his unswerving love for me. You are jealous. After saying that, she didn't forget to show off the ring in her hand. After I saw the ring, I still felt a little uncomfortable, because it was designed by me specifically for the love between me and Fu Linzhou. On it is a pair of white doves holding a golden diamond, representing a pure and flawless love. After the design was completed, I kept asking Fu Linzhou to have someone customize it. Fu Linzhou kept saying yes, but he didn't take any action. I originally thought that the ring would only stay on paper and would not be designed, but I didn't expect that Fu Linzhou had already had someone design it and gave it to Zhao Linlin. Now, whenever I think of him saying he loves me, I feel sick. Fu Linzhou really embodies hypocrisy and shamelessness to the fullest. Seeing that I didn't say anything, Zhao Linlin thought she had touched my sore spot, so she said a few harsh words and left. After a while, I opened my phone and saw the hot topic. Social Flower reaches a new height. Office play. Below are photos of me and Gu Chen. The photos have been processed. Except for my face, the rest have been replaced with nude photos, and the scale is so large that they need to be censored before they can be sent out. I calmly turned off my phone. It seems that Zhao Linlin didn't learn her lesson last time. Sometimes it's really not good to develop the habit of spreading rumors on the internet at any time. After all, it is very likely that she will be put in jail again. Do you need me to call someone to deal with it? Gu Chen asked me with some concern. It was obvious that he did not like this news at all, but he still asked me patiently, just like Zhao Linlin insulted me just now. Although he was very unhappy, he still endured and waited for my instructions. Every detail of his made me very excited. No need, this time I will not let her off like last time, since she has not learned her lesson. She will still not learn her lesson if she goes in again. I pulled Gu Chen's hand. I have prepared a bigger surprise for her. Now all we have to do is wait patiently and let the bullet fly for a while. There will always be a result. Okay, it's up to you. Gu Chen smiled dotingly. And he did not express any doubt about what I said. Gu Chen sent me home, and as soon as I got to the door, I saw the bodyguards surrounding Fu Linzhou. Let me go. Do you know who I am? I am Lin Yao's husband. If you stop me like this, she will definitely not let you go. Ah. It hurts, stop it, bastard, it hurts, but no matter how Fu Linzhou yelled, the bodyguards never stopped punching and kicking him. This is because I specifically told them not to show mercy to Fu Linzhou if they see him again. The bodyguards listened to my words, which deserves praise. Yao Yao. Why is he still saying he is your husband now? That's too much. I want to beat him up too. Gu Chen said with gritted teeth beside me. When I thought that Gu Chen had known me for a long time, I felt a sense of anticipation. Gu Chen and I talked for a long time in the car before we slowly got out. At this time, Fu Linzhou had been beaten to death by the bodyguards. He was lying on the ground in a mess, begging for mercy. The scene was so hot that I couldn't bear to watch it. Fu Linzhou opened his eyes and saw me, thinking that he was struggling to get up from the ground. Yao, yao. You are back. You are not with other men. Tell me that the man in the photo is fake. It's fake. The moment Fu Linzhou was about to touch me, I was protected by Gu Chen behind me. Fu Linzhou. You are a despicable person in my eyes now. Why do you think I will always stay with a scum like you? Because you keep belittling me every day, and always treat me as a spare tire. I have never been your first choice, to put it bluntly. You think I am dirty and unworthy of your kindness, right? No, Yao Yao. You know that's not what I mean. Fu Linzhou hurriedly shook his head and wanted to come over and pull me. I didn't pay attention to this until someone told me that Zhao Linlin and Fu Linzhou were going to hold a press conference. I turned on the live broadcast and saw Fu Linzhou pushing a wheelchair, and Zhao Linlin, who was pale and had messy hair, was sitting on the wheelchair. You can tell at a glance that she is living a miserable life. The barrage saw Zhao Linlin's appearance and expressed their heartache. Sure enough, the victim is always the most pitiful party. And the abuser is still flirting with the dog man. It's hard not to agree. If I saw that woman, I would definitely beat her head off. Too shameless. Someone dared to take a bus like her. Aren't they afraid of being sick? She is so romantic even if she dies under the peony flower. Don't you think her face is very pure and lustful? If you do it, it should be a great experience. Brother, there is no need to starve like this. Health is the most important thing. 11:11. I calmly watched the dirty words on the internet, and in the picture, Fu Linzhou was considerately helping Zhao Linlin put on a cape. Before, it was Ms. Lin Yao who slandered our Linlin. After she was raped, I married her home regardless of the past and blocked the rumors for her. I didn't expect that she was not only ungrateful, but also deliberately framed my teacher's daughter Zhao Linlin. Everyone knows that Linlin is like a sister to me, seeing her being tortured so badly by Lin Yao. I really feel distressed. I am willing to provide clues about Lin Yao's rape. I am not doing this to hurt her, but just want to make the truth public so that everyone can see what kind of person she is. Finally, I hope everyone will stop talking about Lin Lin. Her spirit has been on the verge of collapse. If she is stimulated again, she will definitely not be able to bear it. Thank you everyone. I watched Fu Linzhou take out the clothes that were torn after I was raped. The picture kept stimulating my pupils, and the unbearable memories flooded into my brain like a flood. I completely forgot to think, trembling all over, and my rationality was slowly collapsing. Let go of me. When Guchen came, he saw me huddled in a corner with my head in my hands, but the live broadcast was still going on. Fu Linzhou and Zhao Linlin colluded with each other and threw all the dirty water on me. Don't look, don't listen, these are not true, not true. I felt an inexplicable fear in my heart, afraid that Guchen would not want me because of this. The previous memories attacked me indiscriminately, making me extremely fragile. Guchen hurriedly turned off the computer and came to hug me tightly. It's okay, it's all over, don't be afraid, I will always be with you. He slowly helped me to tidy up my hair, picked me up like a princess and kept comforting me, and devoted himself to me. Facing his patient care, my heart was very tangled, and guilt kept emerging. I really hated Fu Linzhou and them. They actually opened my wounds in public for their own selfish desires. I must make them pay, be strong and don't let them defeat me. I slowly cheered myself up in my heart, but I was still in a low mood. Many things. As long as you get over the hurdle in your heart, you will slowly stop caring. Don't think too much, you are fine now, leave the rest to me. Okay, you don't have to force yourself, you can rely on me. Guchen seemed to see my reluctance. After listening to his words, I was constantly moved, and finally turned into tears that wet his shoulders. I listened to Guchen's words, stopped caring about this matter, and slowly adjusted my mood. Now I plant flowers and play with dogs in the villa every day, feeling a little leisurely. But I always feel depressed in my heart, and I can't relieve it. Although Guchen has helped me suppress the news on the internet, he has also cut off the funds of Fu Linzhou's company, making him face bankruptcy. As for Zhao Linlin, you can dig out countless black materials at random. You don't even need to do it. What she has done can make her stink. Just when I was feeling depressed, Fu Linzhou appeared in front of me again, but this time, Fu Linzhou was in a mess and looked haggard. There was an inexplicable regret in his eyes when he looked at me. Could it be that he wanted to beg me to let Guchen let him go? I didn't want to give him a look, but he stopped me stubbornly. Lin Yao, do you really think that someone as outstanding as Guchen can really accept you? Don't dream. Even if he can accept you, what about the big family behind him? Famous families like them care most about reputation. Who would want a dirty woman? I advise you to turn back as soon as possible. If you come back and beg me now, I can still forgive you. Otherwise, I won't care about you at all if you are abandoned in the future. Listening to Fu Linzhou's words, my anger surged in my heart. I walked up and grabbed his hair fiercely, and slapped him hard in the face several times. Soon, Fu Linzhou's face was clearly marked with slap marks, but I still felt unsatisfied. Seeing that I stopped, Fu Linzhou suddenly knelt in front of me. Yao Yao, keep hitting me, only when you hit me I will feel better. I was obsessed with it before and chose to hurt you in that way. I really regret it. Hit me more and more. Can you forgive me after hitting me? I am a bastard. I deserve to die. Fu Linzhou became more and more excited, and raised his hand to slap himself non-stop. I just thought it was ridiculous to see him like this now. I calmly watched him go crazy, and there was no other emotion in my heart except hatred. No, there was also disgust. Fu Linzhou, I have never felt that you are as disgusting as you are now. If you still have a conscience, disappear from my sight immediately. After saying these harsh words, I pointed at the door and told Fu Linzhou to get out. Fu Linzhou seemed to be in even more pain after hearing what I said. Yao Yao, I had no choice but to do this. My position here will always be reserved for you. Bah, how disgusting. I spit at Fu Linzhou. My only upbringing can no longer allow Fu Linzhou to jump around in front of me. At this time, Zhao Linlin appeared from nowhere and saw me spitting at Fu Linzhou. Bitch, you are bullying brother Zhou. I want you to be in trouble. After saying that, she pounced on me like a mad dog. I didn't pay attention for a moment, and was hit by Zhao Linlin directly. After the force was unstable, I hit the wall. My head hurt more and more. I don't know what's wrong with the security today. I always let CSC's inexplicable characters approach me. If I am beaten, I will definitely fight back, otherwise I will just feel suffocated in my heart. Soon I rolled up my sleeves and wrestled with Zhao Linlin, because Guchen had taken me to learn self-defense before. My physique was much better than Zhao Linlin's. Soon it became me beating Zhao Linlin unilaterally, and Zhao Linlin fell to the ground with her hands covering her head. Brother Zhou, please save me. Lin Yao wants to kill me. She is a lunatic. After I heard what she said, I hit her harder, and soon Zhao Linlin's face turned into a pig's head. I was concentrating on beating Zhao Linlin, but I didn't realize that Fu Linzhou was quietly approaching me. Suddenly I felt that my mouth and nose were covered, and I felt weak all over. Looking back, it was Fu Linzhou who covered my mouth with those cloths, and his eyes revealed obvious madness. Soon everyone in the world will know that you belong to me alone. Yao Yao. After this time, I will make you inseparable from me in this life. I was scared when I heard what he said. I wanted to try to stay awake and see where Fu Linzhou was going to take me, but my consciousness was slowly fading, and I finally fell into a coma. Now I can only place my last hope on Gu Chen. Fortunately, he would take time to come and see me every day. If he found out that I was missing, he would definitely ask someone to look for me. When I woke up again and looked at the unfamiliar things around me, it was a very empty and monotonous hall, and it was all dark. I couldn't help but frown. I was thinking about how to save myself. Just when I wanted to move, I found that my hands and feet were handcuffed with iron chains. The slightest movement would make the wound hurt. "Let me out, I'm out now," I screamed loudly, but no one responded to me. I could only hear my own echo. I guess this should be the suburbs, before Gu Chen finds me. I must keep calm. I kept praying in my heart that Gu Chen would come and save me. Suddenly the door of the room was opened, and Fu Linzhou walked towards me with all kinds of things in his hands, and there was a satisfied smile on his face. "Yao Yao, you're awake. I brought you a lot of things you like to eat. There are roasted sweet potatoes from East Street and corn paste from West Market. You always kept talking in my ear about eating, and I was always busy and had no time to take you to eat. Now I have enough time. I will complete the things I promised you but didn't do one by one. How about it? Are you looking forward to the future? I just realized that as long as I can stay in the same space with you, I will feel extremely happy. Yao Yao, my heart and my body are all telling me that they are deeply in love with you." I couldn't help but feel nauseous after hearing what Fu Linzhou said. I lay down beside him and kept dry heaving. Fu Linzhou's face changed, and after a long while he poured water for me to drink. "Come, drink some water to calm you down." He wanted to pat my back, but I left reflexively. The iron chain on my hands left big marks on my wrists and ankles because of the great force. I bit my lips tightly and didn't make any sound. Fu Linzhou saw that I was determined to leave him, and the hurt on his face flashed by. He soon showed a self-comforting smile. "Okay, I won't touch you. You drink water and eat something. Otherwise your body will not be able to bear it." This time, after Fu Linzhou put the things in place, he kept a certain distance from me. My vigilance and my heart slowly relaxed. My body is really weak now, and I can't not eat. Otherwise my body will not be able to support it. I picked up the porridge and drank a few sips slowly, and I felt that my body was indeed recovering a little bit. Seeing this, Fu Linzhou put a smile on his face again, but seeing my distant expression, he never dared to take a step forward. "Fu Linzhou, you are committing a crime now. Sooner or later you will go to jail. Aren't you afraid?" "No. I have nothing now anyway. It's time to enjoy it." After Fu Linzhou finished cleaning up the food, he waved his hand and smiled helplessly. "I just want to cherish the time I spend with you. Even though I know you don't love me anymore, I still want to possess you." Seeing that I didn't say anything, Fu Linzhou turned on the projector and played my favorite movie, Titanic. "Let's start by watching a movie with you. Yao Yao, can you talk to me? I promise I won't hurt you during this time." Fu Linzhou pleaded humbly. "I really don't understand what you are acting. You pretend to be affectionate and miserable in front of me, but you hurt me all over for Zhao Linlin. Are you doing this to satisfy your vulgar taste? If so, you are really terrible. Fu Linzhou, you are a selfish villain. People like you don't deserve happiness." I cursed him viciously, seeing him doing what I had always wanted him to do with me. Not only did I not feel happy at all, but I felt extremely disgusted. I was disgusted by his complete hypocrisy. I never felt that I did anything wrong about Linlin. She is the daughter of my mentor, and I cannot owe her any favors. If I let her down, the balance in my heart will slowly tilt. If she asked me to marry her, I would have no way to refuse. After all, her father's kindness to me is greater than the sky. Without her father's help, I would not be who I am today. But Yao Yao, you are different. I only have you in my heart. I can owe you many promises first, and I will slowly make up for them when I have time in the future. I was almost laughed at by Fu Linzhou. "Forget it. I don't want to talk to you about these useless topics. Don't mention the past anymore. Gu Chen will find me soon, and then we will have no relationship at all. You'd better keep your word. If you dare to hurt me in the slightest, how can I let you pay a heavy price?" Although my tone was very tough, I didn't have any confidence in my heart. Because I am now living under someone else's roof, the only thing I can bet on is Fu Linzhou's guilt towards me. Fu Linzhou's face twisted suddenly. "Why do you trust Gu Chen so much? He is a hypocrite. If you hadn't married me early, he would have attacked you long ago." Most of the things that happened back then were caused by my offending someone, but he, Gu Chen, was also involved because he was the guide of that business. Everything was planned by him. After you were hurt, he came to my house more than once to take responsibility for you, but I drove him away. He obviously had bad intentions. You have nothing to do with him, but he still came to my house to take responsibility for you. I suspect that he deliberately designed the accident in order to have you. Hypocrite. Shut up. You are not worthy of scolding Gu Chen. I yelled at Fu Linzhou. "Gu Chen is not the kind of person," he said. Sure enough, people with a bad heart describe everything as dirty. I also admire Fu Linzhou's psychopathy enough. He will find excuses for everything. Fu Linzhou was stunned for a moment after being yelled at by me, And soon smiled bitterly. I'm telling the truth. You wouldn't interrupt me like this before, and even, you know that was in the past. Now I only feel disgusted when I see you, so can you put away your affectionate look? Aren't you going to marry Zhao Linlin? But I didn't say the second half of the sentence. I was afraid that after saying it, he would misunderstand that I still have feelings for him. Fu Linzhou looked like he was about to say something, trying to act pitiful in front of me. But I chose to turn a blind eye. He wanted to say something else, but his phone rang. He took out his phone and looked at it, and subconsciously glanced at me. Seeing that I didn't have any response, he picked up the phone and went out to answer the call. I didn't even need to think to know that it must be Zhao Linlin who called him. I had no interest in listening to their previous love affairs, and now I just wanted to leave this suffocating place immediately. I walked forward a few steps slowly and heard Fu Linzhou's impatient tone. Zhao Linlin, how many times do I have to tell you that I will not marry you? I agreed to do those things before just because I was afraid that you would pester me. If you force me again, don't blame me for being desperate. I couldn't hear Zhao Linlin's voice, but it was probably still a pitiful one. Fu Linzhou, I'm thirsty, pour me some water. I shouted loudly towards the door. Okay, wait for me. Soon Fu Linzhou came in and poured me some water. After pretending to drink a few sips of water, I pretended to want to sleep. Fu Linzhou immediately understood and helped me make the bed. Just now, I'm not interested in knowing your private affairs. I refused to communicate directly. I used to always want to know what Fu Linzhou did every day and what kind of people he was with, because I was extremely insecure at that time. I wanted to make myself feel more at ease by understanding his life. But every time I asked Fu Linzhou with great interest, he would just say a few perfunctory words and then stop talking. Every time he answered the phone, he would avoid me, which made me feel uneasy. When I asked to see his phone, he would lose his temper and say that I was a control freak and didn't leave him his own private space. We quarreled over this. Later, he made a concession and answered the phone in front of me every time. It was from that time that Zhao Linlin infiltrated into each other's lives like a chronic poison. Whenever Zhao Linlin had something to do, Fu Linzhou would always leave me behind and solve the problem for Zhao Linlin without stopping. Later, I was afraid that he would abandon me for Zhao Linlin, and I kept giving in, and ended up being raped and killed. This was all the masterpiece of this pair of dogs and bitches. Fortunately, it's not too late in this life, and I won't be as stupid as in the last life. I calculated the time, and Zhao Linlin was about to arrive. Sure enough, after a while, I heard a violent knock on the door and Zhao Linlin's irritable voice. I immediately showed an impatient expression on my face. Sorry, I didn't know she would come. I'll drive her away now. No one can disturb our world of two people. I ignored Fu Linzhou's words, but I couldn't help complaining in my heart. Go to the world of two people. After Fu Linzhou left, I tried to find the key in the room. If you want to leave, the first thing is to get freedom, but I searched every corner of the room and couldn't find the key. So I finally gave up. It seems that he didn't put the key in the room. Thinking that I could only be locked in the room, my heart was extremely depressed. After a while, the door opened, and Fu Linzhou and Zhao Linlin came in together. Zhao Linlin's face had regained its vitality, and when she saw me again, there was a spark of jealousy in her eyes. If Fu Linzhou was not with her, she would definitely pounce on me and eat me alive, but now she is completely like a little white flower. Sister Yao Yao, I will untie you now. Brother Zhou really has no sympathy for women. How can he lock you with such a big dog chain? You are a human, not his dog. It's too much, Sister Yao Yao. Don't be angry with Brother Zhou. I will teach him a lesson in the future. Okay, I agreed immediately. Zhao Linlin changed her face and came to help me open the chain. She didn't expect that I didn't argue with her, which made her a little uncomfortable. Thanks to you for clarifying for me and helping me divert the public's attention, I can live a stable life. Thank you so much, Sister Yao Yao. Zhao Linlin, you are still as thick-skinned as ever. Sure enough, if a person is mean enough, the words he says are just like hers, all mean. Facing my change, the anger on Zhao Linlin's face immediately emerged. I saw her pinching her thigh fiercely, and she endured for a long time before she spoke tenderly. Woo woo woo, I was ignorant before and wanted to destroy your relationship. But now I have figured it out. I will find my own happiness and bless you too. So Sister Yao Yao, can you and Brother Zhou meet my small request? Seeing that I didn't speak, Fu Linzhou spoke first. Okay. Tell me, as long as I can do it, we will try our best to do it. Actually, I already have someone I like, but my family doesn't agree that we are together because he has been in prison before, Zhao Linlin said with a frustrated face. But I really like him and don't want to be separated from him. I want Yao Yao to ask Mr. Gu to recognize him as his cousin. With the relationship of Gu Chen, my boyfriend's status will be slowly raised. In this way, my family will no longer prevent us from being together. Zhao Linlin finished speaking, with a shy expression on her face. I don't agree. Although I don't know what she is up to, I know that this is definitely not a good thing. What qualifications do you think you have to ask me to help you? You are so shameless, Sister Yao Yao. How can you say that? Do you know that he went to jail because he saved a person who was raped and accidentally killed someone, so he went to jail? So it has nothing to do with us. You are all victims. How can you have no sympathy at all? Woo woo woo. Zhao Linlin cried again in a hurry. Fu Linzhou was obviously distressed and wanted to comfort her, but he didn't dare to act. But this was also a good opportunity to get in touch with Guchen. Sister Yao Yao, I knew you would definitely agree. After all, only those who have experienced that kind of thing will know how desperate it is. Zhao Linlin mentioned my injuries again and again. And her sister was just opening my wounds again. Although I care a lot in my heart, I will not show any emotions. I was about to get my phone, but Fu Linzhou snatched it away. No, if Yao Yao and Guchen get in touch, I will lose Yao Yao completely. This is the safest place now. I won't allow anyone to destroy my happiness. Fu Linzhou started to get mad, and I just felt a headache. Zhao Linlin left the phone to me, and hurriedly pulled Fu Linzhou out. I didn't think too much. I picked up the phone and contacted Guchen immediately. After dialing the phone, my tense heart calmed down after hearing Guchen's voice. Soon I heard Guchen ask someone to find my specific location according to the number. Yao Yao, don't be afraid. I'll come to pick you up and take you home right away, okay? I'll wait for you. I told Guchen about my situation and said that I was not hurt at all, and he was slightly relieved. After a while, Fu Linzhou and Zhao Linlin came in again. I hung up the phone reluctantly, and noticed that Fu Linzhou's expression was a little heavy. On the contrary, Zhao Linlin was smiling. I felt something was wrong and looked at them warily, but I couldn't see any problem, until I saw the person behind them. My hair stood up instantly. That person was Zhao Linlin's younger brother. He was also the one who raped and killed me in my previous life. Zhao Linlin tricked me into playing a secret room escape game and deliberately locked me in a compartment to let the NPC rape me. Zhao Linlin had already installed surveillance in the room and live-streamed the process of my rape and murder. In the end, I died. And Zhao Linlin also pretended to play games to help the NPC escape the crime. I was thrown into the wilderness and died unjustly. It was only at the last moment that I saw the NPC's face clearly. That person was Zhao Linlin's biological brother. In my previous life, I only knew that Zhao Linlin's biological brother was in prison, and his family didn't recognize him, but Zhao Linlin secretly took good care of his younger brother. As long as Zhao Linlin cried a little in front of his brother would immediately avenge her. Zhao Linlin is such a vicious woman. She is very good at keeping knives for herself. With the right tools, she can do everything with half the effort. This time her brother suddenly appeared here. According to Zhao Linlin's character, she will definitely use the same old tricks again. As for why she is so eager to destroy me now, I still haven't figured out the reason, but now that I know what she will do, I will definitely take more precautions. In this life, I will never let them succeed again, and I will make everyone who hurt me pay the price. Zhao Linlin's brother walked up to me with a smile. Hello, I am Linlin's lover, Zhao Heng, nice to meet you. I was a little trembling because of his straight eyes, but I still tried to stay calm. When he saw that I was reluctant to extend my hand to shake, the cruelty on his face flashed away, and soon returned to a smile. Okay, I've already said hello, now we're just waiting for Mr. Gu to come. You have to perform well when the time comes, whether Mr. Gu will agree to accept you as his cousin depends on this time. Zhao Linlin came over and pulled Zhao Heng's hand back, and the two took the opportunity to exchange glances. I observed the surroundings keenly, and indeed, I suddenly found a lot of cameras. At this time, Fu Linzhou coughed. In fact, I used to plan to build a large amusement park here, but I just haven't found a developer to cooperate with. Linlin, don't you always dislike me pestering you every day? As long as you can get Mr. Gu to invest in my amusement park today, I will never pester you again. You also note that my industry has been blocked by Guchen, and now it's completely cold. I'm relying on this little industry to make a living now. Can you meet my small need? Fu Linzhou said sincerely, and his tone was even lower. I pretended not to see their expectant eyes. Okay, but I have a request. That is to wait for Guchen to join. They all agreed, since they want to play. I will accompany them to the end, and see who will play to death first. Sure enough, Zhao Linlin made the same request as in the previous life, to play the escape room. Every NPC in the escape room wore a mask and the same clothes. In the dark environment, no one could tell who they were. I found that Zhao Heng had disappeared, and it was estimated that he had been arranged in a room by Zhao Linlin, but Zhao Linlin took out her mobile phone early. Sister Yao Yao, you should not mind me starting a live broadcast. I am also for the good of the amusement park. I want more people to see such a fun amusement park. After Zhao Linlin finished speaking, she pointed the camera at me. Hello everyone, let me introduce to you today's beautiful girl Lin Yao. She is very good at playing the escape room. Where is the anchor playing? It seems that the environment is not in China, but it really has the atmosphere of the escape room. It feels so realistic. Can you introduce the script? The script is the first half of Red Knight. I believe everyone has read it. This beautiful sister is the protagonist. The plot is 100% restored. I looked at the number of viewers, and it was quite a lot. Zhao Linlin was doing things every day, but she caught the password of traffic and became a small internet celebrity. The barrage was full of expectations. When Guchen came, Zhao Linlin subconsciously wanted to take a photo, but was scared back by Guchen's eyes. Gu Chen came to check if I was injured. After a long time of careful inspection, he was relieved to see that I was fine. I whispered to him about my plan. Although Gu Chen was very worried, he still chose to cooperate with me. Before, I was afraid that I could not handle them alone. But now that Gu Chen is here, I am full of confidence. After getting the role task, I was the only one to do the side task, which was to sit in the room and wait for the young master to pick me up. While waiting, Gu Chen quietly asked someone to take me away from the side door and threw Zhao Linlin, who was knocked unconscious, on the bed. Gu Chen and I naturally had no intention of playing the secret room with them, so we went out early to watch the live broadcast. At this time, Fu Linzhou was worriedly saying to the actor who played Zhao Linlin, "Are you sure your brother will only defile Yao Yao and won't do anything to hurt her, and you must blur Yao Yao in the video you recorded? I'm afraid she will be hurt again. The main purpose of our doing this time is to make Gu Chen completely abandon Yao Yao. Only in this way can Yao Yao return to me forever." Seeing Zhao Linlin nodded, Fu Linzhou breathed a sigh of relief. But Fu Linzhou had no idea that what he had just said had been broadcast live on the internet. What a cheap man. He really does whatever it takes to achieve his goal. He can do such a despicable thing. Can I call the police? This is a naked conspiracy. Why did the people upstairs call the police? Those people inside are all capitalists. What do you think the police can do to them? Yes, just treat it as a thrill. Maybe this is the script. It's quite exciting to think about it. The barrage chatted intermittently, and no one continued to mention calling the police. When I saw Zhao Linlin's brother Zhao Heng come out, I immediately sent the live broadcast to the Zhao family. Wow, can I hear this ecstatic cry? The two people behind the curtain are so intense. Rich people still know how to have fun. We are just a part of their poly. If I'm not mistaken, the person inside should be Lin Yao. She was known as a socialite before, but I didn't expect that she was so promiscuous and private. It's her. Hello everyone, I'm Lin Yao. The person in there is not me. I greeted the camera openly, and the live broadcast room was in chaos, and everyone was guessing who the person in there was. Some people even started to offer a large reward for people present to shoot a higher definition video. In addition to Zhao Linlin's brother Zhao Heng, I also invited Zhao Linlin's ex-boyfriend, the noble cowherd, since the incident between him and Zhao Linlin was exposed. No one was willing to patronize his business. Every day he could only make a living by picking up garbage, and he had long hated Zhao Linlin in his heart. And I have been silently paying attention to his movements and deliberately providing him with Zhao Linlin's whereabouts. When necessary, I also provided him with necessary help so that he could easily find Zhao Linlin. After Zhao Heng finished the job, when he wanted to kill Zhao Linlin, the cowherd immediately stopped him. "You don't have to do it. I'll do it. I have AIDS. If she has sex with me, her life will be ruined and she will never be able to jump again." Zhao Heng gave him a thumbs up and agreed to Niulong's request to record them. I admire Niulong's courage to risk his life, but it was also because Zhao Linlin had done many evil things that led to her death. But Zhao Heng was also a nobody. He had been filming for so long and hadn't found out that the person under someone else's body was his sister. Soon the live broadcast room was closed, but I knew that Zhao Linlin's story would be spread to various websites. Her face would soon be known and discussed by the public. Just thinking about his future ending, I felt extremely happy. "Let's celebrate," Gu Chen suggested. I nodded, took his hand and set off on the return journey. I realized that Fu Linzhou had taken me to an isolated island. No wonder Gu Chen couldn't find me after searching for so long. I had never been here in my previous life, and I didn't know that Fu Linzhou actually had such a secret industry. I always thought that I knew Fu Linzhou well, and could even control his behavior. I still feel a little scared when I think about it now. Fortunately, Fu Linzhou is a fool and did not intend to imprison me for life. Instead, he chose Zhao Linlin's proposal to destroy me and let me stay by his side. Fu Linzhou received a call from his mentor, asking him to save Zhao Linlin as soon as possible. Fu Linzhou was confused. Zhao Linlin should still be live broadcasting. How could there be danger? Could it be that Zhao Heng did something to Yao Yao? Thinking of this possibility, Fu Linzhou couldn't help but speed up his pace. He just wanted everyone to spit on Lin Yao. Only in this way could Lin Yao belong to him completely. But he didn't want Lin Yao to be hurt at all. After all, that was the person he loved most, and he would feel distressed if he was hurt in any way. Thinking of this, his pace kept speeding up. He had never seen Zhao Heng, but he had heard of him from Zhao Linlin. Zhao Linlin often said in front of him that Zhao Heng was a lunatic who always did all kinds of illegal things for the pursuit of excitement. He also participated in this action because he felt it was exciting. Just listening to Zhao Linlin's words, he felt that Zhao Heng was unreliable, and he might have already attacked Lin Yao for the pursuit of excitement. Fu Linzhou came to the outside of the compartment, listening to the fierce shouting in the room, and his fists could not stop clenching. His heart was very painful, but in order to get Lin Yao completely, he had to do this. Because he found that Lin Yao's eyes were no longer full of him, and there was no place for him in her heart. He personally lost Lin Yao, who was full of his heart and eyes. So all this was what he should bear. He secretly swore in his heart that as long as tonight passed, he would be twice as good to Lin Yao and stay by her side all the time, accompany her to slowly heal her wounds and slowly return to the sunny girl she used to be. He believed that as long as they were careful enough, They would definitely return to the past. After all, Lin Yao was a person who was easily soft-hearted. As long as he played a pitiful game, she would drop precious pearls. The voice inside did not stop for a long time, and Fu Lingzhou's tears also flowed down his face. He really regretted his original decision now, but there was no room for turning back after taking this step. Enough, stop, I will kill you. In the end, Fu Lingzhou couldn't bear it anymore. Kicked the door open, grabbed Xiao Hang's collar and tried to attack him. Xiao Hang was not a vegetarian either, and he quickly reacted and pressed Fu Lingzhou to the ground and rubbed him. Fu Lingzhou stared at the two people in the room with wide eyes. You are really beasts. How could you two do such a thing to Yao Yao? Yao Yao, my Yao Yao. Fu Lingzhou hurriedly got up to see how Lin Yao was. The cowherd felt a little sorry when he saw him going crazy. You recognized the wrong person. There is no Yao Yao here. This bitch is called Zhao Linlin. Go look for her somewhere else. What? Xiao Heng turned on the light of his mobile phone immediately after hearing what the cowherd said. It turned out that his sister was pressed under the cowherd, her face was bruised and her lower body was bleeding. There were his masterpieces and the cowherd's masterpieces on it. Zhao Heng was completely crazy. He actually had sex with his sister. Even though he was a heavy taste, he couldn't accept such a relationship. Not to mention that they had just broadcast it live in front of the eyes of the whole country. The moment Fu Lingzhou saw that it was Zhao Linlin, he showed a relaxed expression on his face. Fortunately it's not Yao Yao. Fortunately it's not Yao Yao. For a while, the whole secret room was in chaos. Haicheng. After a while, I finally saw the news about Zhao Linlin and others on the news. The Zhao family put Xiao Heng in jail for the sake of justice. No one reported the whereabouts of Niulong, and some people suspected that Niulong had been solved. As for Zhao Linlin, she lived the rest of her life in depression every day. She not only lost her face, but also her inner self. Moreover, she was infected with AIDS, and she would be despised for the rest of her life. She would not be able to raise her head to face the future. Now she really wanted to get rid of herself once and for all. But she didn't dare to do it when she really wanted to. She could only blame Fu Lingzhou for her experience, and the Zhao family began to put pressure on Fu Lingzhou to let Fu Lingzhou marry Zhao Linlin. Fu Lingzhou took his own responsibility and announced in front of the mass media that he would marry Zhao Linlin, but he didn't get a word of praise. They all said that they matched the pot with the lid, and the scumbag and the bitch should be locked up forever. I saw that he was reading the comments with relish. And Gu Chen was feeding me fruit next to him. Yao Yao, your problems should be solved now. Are you willing to marry me? Faced with Gu Chen's sudden proposal, I was a little overwhelmed. Why are you proposing to me suddenly? Do your family know? Do they know my past? I'm afraid they can't accept my identity. After all, people like you should have complicated family relationships. I don't want to embarrass you. I think it's good that we have maintained our current relationship. I became more and more excited. Or do you want to break up with me if you don't want to continue this unclear relationship? Stop. Gu Chen scratched my nose helplessly. Why are you getting more and more outrageous? I'm 30 this year. If I don't get married, my family will gossip about me, and I've introduced you to my parents a long time ago. They are very satisfied with you. The problems you worry about don't exist. My family likes you very much. What's more, do you think your husband has achieved such a good success now, and it's not my turn to decide my marriage? Finally, Gu Chen said a little arrogantly. He clearly said that he was almost 30 years old. It's annoying that he looks like a child who just grew up. However, after listening to Gu Chen's explanation, my heart settled down a lot. I was even more moved. I didn't expect Gu Chen to secretly make so many efforts for me. Thank you for your hard work. I thanked him. Gu Chen lowered his head and kissed my forehead. What nonsense are you talking about? They can agree because you are good enough. I just showed them your photos. And they thought you were very suitable and praised me for my good taste. You are just sweet-mouthed. How can you marry a wife if you don't have a sweet mouth? Gu Chen said proudly. As a reward, I pulled him down and kissed his lips fiercely. This 30-year-old man is really too charming and seduces me all the time. I think today is very suitable for celebration. Do you want to do something more meaningful? I invited him, and Gu Chen immediately received my signal. His face immediately turned red. Then you have to treat me gently. After all, this is my first time. I have no experience. If, woo-woo, soon. Gu Chen's words were swallowed by me, and the whole room was filled with ambiguous sounds. As expected, men are self-taught. When I woke up again, Gu Chen had already cooked porridge for me and fed me. He also thoughtfully put a soft pillow on my back. The man who pays attention to details is so attractive to me that I can't help but want to kiss him. As long as we meet each other's eyes, we kissed each other immediately. Gu Chen and I are a perfect match in life and spirit. It's very comfortable to get along with him. I enjoy the current state. Many girls say that my complexion has improved a lot, and they all ask me how to take care of my skin, but I couldn't say anything for a while. After all, I didn't pay special attention to skincare. It's just because there is a Gu Chen around me. However, I still shared the skincare products that Gu Chen bought for me on weekdays, and soon many people expressed envy again. Not long after, Gu Chen took me home to meet his parents. Sure enough, Gu's father and mother were just as Gu Chen said. They were all easy to get along with. They kept telling me that if Guchen bullied me, I must complain to them, and they would teach Guchen a lesson for me. I immediately smiled and nodded, but told them that Guchen took good care of me and never bullied me. They were more relieved to see that we both got along so harmoniously. I immediately asked Guchen to arrange a meeting between the parents of the two families and choose a good day for us to get married as soon as possible. The meeting between the parents of both sides went smoothly, and the date for the wedding was soon set. Guchen and I didn't have to do anything, and our family prepared everything we needed to prepare for us. I never thought that getting married could be so easy. When Fu Linzhou and I held our wedding before, I did everything myself. Fu Linzhou's participation was to be the groom. I used to understand that he was busy, so I took the initiative to take care of everything myself. I was almost exhausted after the wedding, but Fu Linzhou thought I was pretending to be pitiful to win his sympathy. He didn't understand my hard work at all, but just thought that everything I did was what I should do. Now I think it's because I don't love him enough. Otherwise, how could I bear to let my beloved work so hard? Now Guchen and I understand each other, and neither of us can bear to suffer. Fortunately, we have enough experience and are no longer at the age of suffering, so Guchen takes better care of me. Now the two of us just need to attend the wedding. This is a blessed wedding, which was held in an unusually grand manner. Guchen also specially asked someone to keep an eye on Fu Linzhou, fearing that he would show up again to ruin our wedding. If Guchen hadn't mentioned Fu Linzhou, I would have almost forgotten his existence. I'm not worried that Fu Linzhou will ruin our wedding, because he is now busy with his own affairs. How can he have the energy to do something thankless? Fu Linzhou is a man who knows how to judge the situation. The wedding went smoothly, and Fu Linzhou never showed up, but I received an anonymous blessing text message at the wedding. It was sent by Fu Linzhou, but I didn't read it. I blocked the number and attended the wedding with peace of mind to welcome our happiness, but I underestimated Fu Linzhou's ability to be a jerk. He actually stood at the front of the wedding convoy to stop the car. Yao Yao, I'm sorry. I remember everything. I really deserve to die for making you suffer so much. I'm sorry, Yao Yao. I'm really sorry. I don't deserve your kindness. I really love you so much. Let's meet again in the next life. After saying that, he actually rushed straight towards the car, but was kicked away by Guchen. He returned. Fu Linzhou was kicked to spit blood, and said regretful words in his mouth. Fortunately you are back. Fortunately the person next to you is no longer me. I always watched Fu Linzhou's performance with cold eyes, and finally saw Zhao Linlin stabbing Fu Linzhou with a dagger. Soon Fu Linzhou fell to the ground. You deserve to die. I paid such a big price for you, but you still can't forget that bitch. You deserve to die, really deserve to die. After saying that, he didn't forget to stab Fu Linzhou with a knife, and soon Fu Linzhou died on the spot. Zhao Linlin was also taken away by the police, but she was found to be mentally ill and was not sentenced. But the Zhao family had completely given up on taking care of Zhao Linlin, and no longer cared about her after throwing her in a mental hospital. Zhao Linlin was not safe in the mental hospital either. She said frantically that she was an AIDS patient, and she cut her wounds, letting the blood flow everywhere, wanting to infect more people. No mental hospital was willing to accept Zhao Linlin. In the end, Zhao Linlin was on the street. Whenever she saw someone, she would infect others. She was quietly killed in the middle of the night. There is finally one less scourge in the world, and the world has become a little quieter. Guchen was upset about Fu Linzhou ruining our wedding and wanted to rehold the wedding, but I rejected it, because my body is not suitable for too much work now. After all, I am pregnant and need to rest. After hearing the news, Guchen was so excited that he jumped up and down like a child. From then on, his daily task was to take care of me and the child, and he would respond to my requests. Even if I wanted the stars in the sky, he would contact the space agency without saying a word and buy a satellite, named it after me, and gave it to me. Guchen's love for me has never been summarized in words, but also in every detail of life. As long as I mentioned something, whether it was intentional or unintentional, he would respond in person. From the time I met him until now, he has never changed. I also kept asking him why he was so good to me. He said that on the day I turned 18. I amazed him for the whole summer, and then he planned how to treat me well every day. I didn't expect that he had a crush on me for so long and was so loyal. Fortunately, I met Guchen in this life and started another happy life of mine. Every moment with Guchen is happy.